This is ABC 7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us on this 4th of July holiday. A family is grieving what's being called a freak accident after the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says a 14-year-old was shot and killed by his father at a gun range. It happened yesterday afternoon at High Noon Guns on Bee Ridge Road. Stephen Brumby says at the range he was there with his father. Stephen Brumby was at the range with his father, William. After reviewing surveillance video, the sheriff's office reports this was accidental. The report says William was hit by a hot shell casing that fell into the back of his shirt. He then used his right hand, which was holding the gun, in an attempt to remove the casing, but accidentally fired, hitting Stephen, who later died at the hospital. Stephen's older brother, David, was also at High Noon Guns when this happened.
The ricochet and how it hit my little brother, I mean, all of it's just complete, it's a complete freak accident. Stephen was the most outgoing, loving, wonderful little brother.
All I can tell you is our hearts, thoughts, prayers all go out to that family.
The investigation is ongoing at this moment. The father is not facing any charges. David conveyed today that the family's faith is guiding them through this tragic time. And now it's time to head over to John and get a check on the very end of our 4th of July forecast.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty warm day today, no doubt about that. We hit 94 degrees for a daytime high, and that helped trigger off some pretty good showers and thunderstorms across the area as well. Our normal would be 89, so we were significantly above the average by 5 degrees. Low this morning was at 78, also above the average of 75, so both low and high values were running warm. Same thing will happen again tomorrow, I'm sure. We've got some ongoing showers down around the Fort Myers area, but luckily I think all of our fireworks displays in our neck of the woods kind of got along without too much in the way of inclement weather. I mean, we had some showers around earlier on in the day, and there were some sprinkles here and there, but for the most part, we're looking pretty good. Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows the fireworks that we had. Well, maybe not. They did show the fireworks about half an hour ago, but apparently the timer clicked off. 82 degrees current conditions at about 1 o'clock this morning, and it'll be a warm overnight with very high relative humidities. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, you'll be still hovering around the 80-degree mark. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Fireworks displays, of course, going on all across the country tonight. A great show in the nation's capital. This was the show at the National Mall during a Capitol 4th Independence Day event. The fireworks playing out to this music, Stars and Stripes Forever. Meanwhile, at the White House, Independence Day festivities were moved indoors because of rainy weather.
4th of July is about family. It's about the American family. It's about us getting together with the people we love most. We all know that our freedoms are dependent on an incredible group of men and women in uniform and their families who look out for us every single day.
Rapper Kendrick Lamar and singer-songwriter Janelle Monáe performed in the White House East Room for an audience of military families, administration staff, and guests of President Obama and the First Family. No rain issues with celebrations on the Suncoast. Many of you had a chance to enjoy fireworks in the area. ABC 7's Ray Collins spent the day on the Bayfront, also enjoyed those fireworks from there, and caught up with some of you who came out for the show.
Fireworks lit up the sky over the Sarasota Bayfront. Thousands of people all around the Bayfront and all around downtown enjoyed the 20-minute show that was actually months in the making.
We started permitting, we started working with the customer, designing the show back in January.
Mike Simmons is the project manager of the Bayfront Fireworks Show, as well as the Siesta Key Show and many others around Florida. The fireworks cost several hundred to several $1,000s each, and the total cost is over $30,000 for Suncoast Charities for Children. Simmons has been doing this now for over 30 years, and he says the technology has certainly changed.
You just press play?
I've got a laptop, and I hit the button, and it goes.
You're not back here with a book of matches?
No.
Do you still get the butterflies?
Oh, absolutely. Best moment of all is when it's all done and you hear everybody cheering in all the boats, and makes it all worthwhile.
And there are plenty of people who get here before the fireworks. Some brought their dogs and played cards to pass the time. Others read, and some young parents watched their little one take a couple steps. All over the Bayfront, people enjoying the holiday. So for some people, Independence Day is all about family. For others, it's all about fireworks. And for others, it's all about being an American. This is Sylvie Lavoie's annual spot on the 4th of July. In fact, we met her 2 years ago on this day when the Canadian-born grandmother told us she had become an American citizen. And now, 24 months later, she says she can't wait to vote this year.
I don't take it for granted. I'm very grateful to be here, and I know what it is to be American.
She certainly appreciates being an American, and many others along the Bayfront did tonight as well. On Sarasota's Bayfront, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Ray. It's been a summer tradition in South Sarasota County since 2004, the Northport Freedom Festival. Thousands of people congregated outside of Northport High School for food, entertainment, face painting, balloon making, and, of course, fireworks. It was all choreographed to music. It's a popular event every year, and admission is free.
Our community is full of a lot of great people that work hard to make Northport a great place to live and a great community to be involved with.
In case you weren't able to get out tonight to catch any of these fireworks shows, we'll have plenty more for you later in the newscast. The Independence Day celebration started early in Manatee County. Thousands of people gathered for the Anna Maria Island Privateers annual 4th of July parade. Hundreds of participants rode 7 miles through the island.
It's just fun to come with family, get beads and candy.
Got all the cars and the necklaces.
I've gotten quite a collection of beads so far. It's been a fun overall day so far.
An estimated 20,000 people gathered along the parade route last year to see the 115 parade entries and 850 participants. Parking can be an issue on holidays today, like today on Anna Maria Island. Some visitors came across signs on the beach which have them looking for other places to park their cars, specifically throughout residential neighborhoods. Homeowners on the islands have expressed their frustration with multiple cars parked on residential streets, and they're concerned about safety.
Safety is the number 1 issue. You know, people don't feel safe when there's different cars out there, the congestion.
People leave their trash when they come back to their car. They run over our sprinklers, they ruin our lawns.
An ordinance requiring parking permits on Holmes Beach was introduced early this year, but Mayor Bob Johnson later vetoed it. Residents have no plans at this point to pursue another ordinance. America's 240th birthday comes after 4 major terror attacks abroad, meeting some trepidation with the celebration. So the holiday was marked by the usual high spirits with some unusually high security.
In the skies above New York City, the rockets' red glare.
This is the largest detail we've ever put out on the 4th of July.
On the ground, a police presence to match heightened security fears. After this explosion in Central Park Sunday cost a teenage tourist part of his leg, police say it doesn't look like terrorism.
I believe we have somebody that made this material, and then he wanted to test it.
New Yorkers are taking it in stride.
That doesn't dent who we are, that doesn't dent what we believe in and how we go about celebrating America.
In Washington, Independence Day was marked by a parade, a brass band, and giant flags, matched by a giant security net.
FBI police cars have been around.
And rainy skies couldn't dampen patriotic spirits at the annual Capitol 4th concert.
We also have to recommit ourselves to making sure that everybody in this country is free, that everybody has opportunity, that everybody gets a fair shot.
And what would the 4th be without the Boston Pops? From sea to shining sea, Americans saying happy birthday to the land they love.
What a great day. And straight ahead, meteorologist John Scalzi will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, a newly released poll has Donald Trump closing in on Hillary Clinton's lead as the presumptive nominees eye potential running mates. And a state of emergency in 4 Florida counties. What's being done about toxic algae?
It's the birthday of America. It's the day that this experiment in democracy got started.
I look forward to it every year, the offshore races, the barbecues, the fireworks, everything. I just love it.
It's a reflection of all the sacrifices that people have made to make this country as great as it is today. It means independence for all. It means independence to be left alone to practice our own beliefs.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Manasota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Manasota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Manasota Flooring today.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
John, I'd say we lucked out in the weather department.
Yes.
Yeah.
We sure did. There were big storms in inland areas, lots of thunder and lightning and such, but yeah, we made out okay. I'm very psyched right now.
Why?
In less than about 3 minutes, they'll begin the burn and the ascent into Jupiter's orbit.
Yes, that's going to be very cool to see what they come up with.
Very amazing. 5-year journey, 2 billion miles away, almost 2 billion miles. Light, traveling at 186,000 miles per second, takes about 48 minutes to get here from that distance. It is in far, far space, and I'll tell you what, it is pretty exciting. This is the last picture that spacecraft sent before shutting down its instrument and preparing for the insertion into Jupiter's orbit, where it will find out whether there's a solid core under that gaseous shell, what the weather is like there, why that red spot is shrinking, so many things it will discover. And I'll tell you what, that is the essence of the American spirit, I think, that exploration of space and everything else. Kind of cool on this 240th birthday of America. Currently, we have very warm temperatures out there, still 84 degrees with a dew point of 77. It feels very sticky, very muggy out there with that kind of dew point value, and that's what it will be like throughout the afternoon. By the way, the sun's not still out. We have 77 degrees in Wauchula, 77 in Arcadia, 81 degrees in Lakewood Ranch, 83 degrees in Bradenton, 84 degrees in Parrish, 87 degrees Longboat Key, 85, as I mentioned, in 84 in Sarasota, 80 in Venice, 81 in Inglewood, and 80 in Northport. So we're not done with rain showers. We got a little bit of a break there. And as I mentioned earlier on in the 5 o'clock forecast, and we have some showers that were building down to the south of us around the Fort Myers area. And now that the sea breeze has collapsed and we're under the influence of a steering flow out of the southeast, a few of these light showers may work their way back in this direction. So it's still not out of the question to see a little bit of drizzle around, though I don't think we're going to see any thunderstorm activity around here. And most of this is going to die out before ever making it here. The good news is that most of us tonight saw not much more than a little bit of a sprinkle during the evening hours, even though there were some big thunderstorms in inland areas and down to our south. Right now, everything looks pretty quiet across the region, to the north of us as well. Just a few patches of drizzle over the Skyway Bridge, a little bit down around Longboat Key. Other than that, that's about it. But in about an hour from now, we may see a little bit of drizzle pass on through. So the RPM computer model put into motion shows that as those showers work their way this way, they kind of die out and leave us not much more than a few patches of light drizzle, some sprinkles, something like that. And then we get into partly cloudy overnight skies. And tomorrow morning, we'll have a lot of sunshine around as a ridge of high pressure kind of centers itself right over our location. And that will provide us with a little bit more sunshine around tomorrow. Slightly lesser rain chances. Yes, there'll be still some scattered showers around, but those will be mostly in inland areas. Watch the high pressure ridge from the south lift north. Also, there was a little upper level disturbance in the atmosphere. That's going to move out into the center part of the Gulf waters and basically dissipate. Non-tropical in its development. It is a tropical feature. It's called a TUT. And it happens during the hurricane season. You get this little packet of cool air that actually moves in the opposite directions, pushed on the westerlies that we normally would see a system move, going from east to west out into the Gulf waters. It will eventually just dissipate. High pressure kind of centered right over top of us, bring us fairly light and variable winds over the next several days, allowing for the sea breeze to become vigorous and move most of the thunderstorms into inland areas. We'll have a southerly flow, though, so don't expect any lower humidity values. It's going to be warm. It's going to be sticky right for the next several days. There's that little TUT low moving out into Gulf waters. Not really too concerned about it. For boaters, a west wind coming in at about 5 to 10 will bring a light chop to smooth conditions overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, 1 to 2 foot seas. We had a low tide at 8:51. The next high tide doesn't come until 3 in the morning, kind of right in between the two. On the way to that high tide, low tide comes at 7:07. And the official Suncoast forecast keeps us in the soup for the next several days with above average temperatures and below average rain chances. Back to you.
John, a new national poll has Donald Trump gaining on Hillary Clinton. The USA Today Suffolk University poll has Clinton ahead by about 5 points. In comparison, an ABC News poll released just late last month showed Clinton with a double-digit lead. This new poll of 1,000 likely voters was conducted June 26th through the 29th. Meanwhile, the FBI has nearly finished its investigation into whether the presumptive Democratic nominee mishandled classified information on her private email server while she was Secretary of State. Over the holiday weekend, Clinton took questions from the FBI during a closed-door meeting that lasted 3.5 hours. Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey, meanwhile, took questions as well. The Democrat was asked if he's being vetted as a potential running mate.
I've answered this question, talked about this. I'm just referring questions about the vice presidency to the woman that's going to have to make this decision.
Donald Trump spent time this weekend with two possible VP picks. He met with first-term Iowa Senator Joni Ernst and also with Indiana Governor Mike Pence. Pence endorsed Ted Cruz during the primary, but still had positive things to say about the presumptive GOP nominee.
We'll always count it a privilege that we were able to spend some personal time getting to know someone who I believe must be the next president of the United States of America.
The Republican National Convention is fast approaching. It begins on July 18th. The Democratic National Convention gets underway the following week on the 25th. Sarasota Memorial Hospital is not giving up its push to build another facility in Venice. SMH has petitioned for an administrative hearing to challenge the state's denial to build an 80-bed hospital. Florida's Agency for Healthcare Administration rejected SMH's certificate of need last month. Now, hospital officials will have an opportunity to persuade a judge otherwise. The CEO of Venice Regional has been vocal in saying there is no need for another hospital in the area. He told us last month that more than $20 million is being invested in Venice Regional's infrastructure. An RV catches fire on the interstate, causing delays late this afternoon. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies responded to I-75 near mile marker 185. They shut down southbound lanes and redirected traffic at the River Road exit. Authorities say there were no injuries, but the RV is a total loss. About 2 hours later, the southbound lanes were reopened. The holiday weekend isn't expected to bring tourist dollars to beaches in 4 Florida counties. A state of emergency has been declared in Martin, St. Lucie, Lee, and Palm Beach counties over toxic algae that has coated beaches, estuaries, and marinas. The problem began with water released from Lake Okeechobee, intended to protect nearby communities from flooding.
This year we've got an algae bloom in Lake Okeechobee that is toxic, that has the highest levels of toxin they've ever tested before.
That algae has now clogged beaches. It's filling estuaries and waterways used by the fishing industry, and it could affect the health of people in the area. Voters have already approved a plan to treat water releases from Lake Okeechobee, but that won't be in place in time to save this summer's fishing or tourist season. The power outlets at the Venice Beach Pavilion have been locked following reports of vandalism, but the way this situation has been handled isn't sitting well with some. The facility is owned by the city, but run by Sarasota County. Mayor John Hollick says the city was not notified that Sarasota County would have staff lock the outlets. The pavilion's outlets were a hot spot for tourists and locals to charge their phones and for musicians to plug in equipment.
We tend to find out from the county what the county wants us to know, and the rest of it's just done. It's unfortunate. I think it's discourteous.
We were unable to reach anyone from the county today to give us a comment on the situation. Of course, it was the 4th of July holiday. The Rays host the Angels for some 4th of July baseball, and the NBA's most coveted free agent announces his decision. All of that next in sports.
At ABC7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast. Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
the all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
And ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilkes, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
College is the best starting line a Florida student could have. Since earning my degree at the University of Florida, I've gone on to be a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rookie of the Year and a team owner in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series. Thanks to the Florida Lottery, many more students will be off to the races with a brighter future. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more.
The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Now, sports.
An early game for the Angels and Rays at the Trop this afternoon. Tampa Bay looking to get any kind of positive momentum going before next week's All-Star break. No score in the third, but Brad Miller changes that. He hits a solo shot to right center, his 12th of the season. Then in the fourth, tied at 1, Logan Morrison puts the Rays back on top with a solo home run to right. The Rays sure love those solo homers. They're in the top 5 of the MLB in home runs, but near the bottom in total runs scored. Picking things up in the 6th, this time tied at 2, Morrison drives in another run, this one on a base hit to left field. The Rays take the lead again, this time for good. They beat the Angels 4-2. Matt Moore went 6 2/3 innings to pick up his 5th win of the season. And a couple of injury updates on the Rays front. Just as the team starts getting back some outfielders, they put another one on the disabled list. Desmond Jennings will be out at least a couple of weeks due to a strain in his hamstring. Alex Cobb, meanwhile, coming back from Tommy John surgery, will be on the Suncoast this week. He is set to make his first minor league rehab start in Port Charlotte on Wednesday. The game at Charlotte Sports Park gets underway at 6:30. One of the NBA's best players is joining a team that just set the record for most wins in the regular season. Former NBA MVP Kevin Durant has announced that he is joining Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green in Golden State. A 4-time scoring champion, the 27-year-old helped lead the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Western Conference Finals in 4 of the past 6 seasons, including this past season, when the Thunder nearly upset but ultimately lost to the Warriors. So now he's joining the already stacked lineup that won the NBA title in 2015 and then returned to the NBA Finals this year. Durant can't officially sign until Thursday, and some are comparing Durant's decision to the one LeBron James made in 2010 when he opted to join the Miami Heat. Several big names are through to the quarterfinals at Wimbledon. 7-time champ Roger Federer advanced in 3 sets today. This marks the 48th time he's made it to at least the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam tournament. Second seed Andy Murray also earned a quarterfinal berth on the men's side today. Both Williams sisters are also moving on. Venus moved into the quarterfinals for the first time since 2010. And 6-time champ Serena won the last 9 games of her match today to advance in straight sets.
So nowadays I just really stay in the moment each match. Now I'm just honestly just trying to win each match that I play and focused on just that opponent.
The 4th of July would not be complete without the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Matt Stoney came into today, the defending champ, having knocked off 8-time winner Joey Chestnut last year. But when all was said and done and eaten, Chestnut would be crowned the champ once again, now a 9-time champion. Chestnut downed 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes, breaking the competition record that he set back in 2013. A lot of hot dogs. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
It's a celebration of our Declaration of Independence. 1776 is when this country first declared its independence.
That is America to me. People that are doing the right thing despite the surrounding circumstances. And I believe that we still do that.
True meaning of this day is double birthday. My birthday and American birthday. So it feels special for me.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good. Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get America's best value, a new Grand Caravan for just $18,999 or a new Dodge Journey for just $16,999. Stop by today to shop the area's biggest selection of Ram trucks and save up to $8,000 on your new Ram. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Before we leave you tonight, we want to say happy 4th of July. Hope you had a great Independence Day. And here's a look at some fireworks celebrations from across the country.